Hey winners, welcome back to this channel. It's I, Wini Boansi, back again with another lock video. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you're notified every single time that I upload. And also please smash the like button as well so that the YouTube algorithm picks up my videos and my content, and this channel and this family can successfully grow. So a little bit about me in case you don't know. I started my lock journey in July 2011. There's been a lot of highs and lows, and I tend to be as honest as I possibly can on my journey, especially when, you know, things aren't going wrong, just so that people can watch my videos and, you know, work out what may work best for them or what they can give a try, and also avoid some of the silly errors that I have also made. Anyway, in today's video, I've got my notepad right here as usual. I'm going to be talking about 5 things to expect in your first year of locking up. Now obviously different things for different people, however this is more so me reflecting back on my journey, and I thought I'd just share that with y'all. So my first point is that you will figure out what products work for your hair, and there will be a lot of trial and error. I feel like it's a bit self-explanatory, but you know, when you start your lock journey, there's obviously going to be certain things that maybe you was using before that can't run on this journey. So depending on like your hair texture, how your scalp reacts, etc., you are gonna have to try things. Some things are gonna work phenomenally well with you, some things are not. It's just how it goes. With me, one of the things that when I look back kind of makes you feel like, it's coconut oil. So coconut oil was working really well with me. I want to say for maybe about the first 5 years, five and a half years of my lock journey, and then out of nowhere it just stopped working well with me. And that could also happen to you too. I do hear it often from other people that say a particular product was working sensationally well with them, and then out of nowhere their scalp or their hair could no longer take to it, and you've just got to adapt. But there are a lot of things out there, there's a lot of choices. It's just all about doing research, doing what you're doing now, watching YouTube videos, reading blogs, etc., to kind of just gauge an idea of different things that is out there for you that could potentially work for you as well. My second point is that how long it takes for your locks to mat together is all dependent on your hair type or texture. Some people's hair may take longer to mat together than someone else's, and that's perfectly fine. Do you know what I mean? It's just all about being patient. Now, I've spoken to a variety of people that have told me that they were blessed enough for their locks to mat together in like 3 months. And I was not one of those people. It took me, my hair, maybe roughly about 8 to 9 months before it fully matted together. And trust me, it was kind of like stressful or frustrating, because at the time I was quite an impatient person. And I feel like on my lock journey, it's really forced me, right? It's forced me to be patient, because I remember at the time I always used to complain like, why is my locks always unraveling? How comes it hasn't matted together by now? I know of other people that have also started their lock journey and theirs is fine and da-da-da-da-da. But it's just one of those things. When you start your lock journey, you've just got to be prepared that your hair will do its own thing at its own time. It will mat together, it will form as it should. It's just all about just being patient and really kind of enjoying and embracing the journey, and also not comparing your hair to other people. I feel like that's really, really important. And as somebody that puts themselves on social media talking about my lock journey and whatnot and putting myself out there, sometimes some comments, for example, will make you feel some type of way, but the fact of the matter is everybody's locks, everybody's hair is different. And even though everyone's hair is different, everybody's hair is beautiful, and so is yours, and you just need to learn to love and embrace that. Third point is that your hair may become frizzier. Some people refer to this stage as the ugly stage. In my opinion, I don't like the terminology ugly stage. I can't quite remember if on my lock journey I ever used that, but for me personally, I think that what people refer to as an ugly stage is actually a beautiful stage. And the reason why I say that it's a beautiful stage is because when your hair does become a bit frizzier, it's literally your hair figuring itself out and trying to mat together. That's literally all that it is. And I really don't like the way that we, and I'm gonna say we as in a general thing, refer to it as an ugly stage, because our hair is not ugly. There's nothing ugly about that. You want your hair to mat together, you want it to lock together, and so you got to embrace how it's gonna look, and you've got to embrace that journey. Obviously, nowadays I believe there are different stages to the whole locking process. Some people completely skip that frizzy process, or what people refer to as an ugly stage, because I believe there's a way where you can now just do instant locks, to each their own. However, embrace it. It's not an ugly stage, because if you do choose to lock your hair and you choose to do a method that requires your hair naturally having to lock up together, that's going to be a part of the process, and you just have to embrace that. My fourth point is that you will eventually work out whether or not you want to retwist your hair, freeform, blah blah blah. Basically, what that point is trying to say, which I feel like is a little bit of a waffle, is you'll work out what technique, and I say that very loosely, that you want to use for your hair. Some people may decide that once they start their lock journey, they don't want to use any technique whatsoever, and they just want to leave their hair and allow their hair to mat naturally. Other people may decide that, like myself, they might want to get it retwisted every couple of months. When I started my lock journey, I was actually having it interlocked, and I believe it wasn't maybe about 5 years and a bit that I started to realize that, you know what, I don't like how my locks look when it's interlocked. I want to start retwisting, and then I started retwisting from there on. And you can do that. There are some people whose journey is exactly like mine. They started interlocking and they started retwisting. Some people started retwisting, then started interlocking, yada yada. But the long and short of what I'm trying to say is, it's all down to you. You can do your research to work out what processes there are in regards to locking your hair now, and what you think may be beneficial to you, because everybody's lifestyle is different. Some people, maybe because they are in a certain type of employment, they might want to avoid the frizzy stage, and so they might want to do a stage that doesn't require for them to experience that. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's all about figuring out what's beneficial to you at the end of the day. My fifth and final point is that you need to decide ways to reduce lint in your locks. So I say that because I personally think that when you have locks, having lint in your hair is unavoidable. And I don't know, if you think I'm incorrect, please let me know in the comment section below. However, I do sincerely believe that there are ways to avoid having excessive amount of lint in your hair. So for example, covering your hair at night, wearing like a silk or satin hair bonnet or silk or satin headscarf, or if you're sleeping with silk and satin pillowcases or bedding, then I guess you may opt not to cover your locks. There are some people that choose to just cover their locks all the time, especially when they're out and about, and maybe when they're at home then they let their hair out. But you will need to figure out ways to avoid excessive amount of lint. I'm living here in the UK, and at the moment it's our autumn winter season, although there's fake sunshine coming in. And this is the season where when you're wearing scarves, lint is gonna go in it. If you're wearing certain jumpers or certain clothing, something's gonna get trapped in it. So you need to figure out what precautions are you gonna take so that all of your locks are not excessively covered in lint. But those are my 5 points. Please feel free to drop some of yours in the comment section below. Let's get to gisting, let's get to talking. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and until my next one, take care, be good.